Hello, all my dear students. I'm CMA SV Shemali. Today we are going to talk on the topic the Sale of Goods Act 1930 from the subject Business Regulatory Framework. Thereunder today we will discuss the difference between conditions and warranties. In the earlier lecture we have already discussed about some introductory part of Sale of Goods Act. The contents which we are going to cover in this topic is essentials of valid sale. So which are the essential requirements or prerequisites necessary to constitute a valid sale, and the difference between conditions and warranties. Let us understand this. So these are the essentials of valid sale. Essentials, that means there should be some prerequisites without which the sale cannot said as to be constituted or it is said to be valid. So the first most essential thing is the price or consideration. What they have said, there must be a price. Price means the money consideration for a sale of goods. Consideration is partly in money and partly in goods, can also constitute valid contract of sale. So, to constitute any valid sale, there should be some consideration in the form of price, or partly in the form of money, or partly in the form of goods, can also constitute a sale. But there should be some consideration. This is the first, this essential. Second is competent parties. The parties to the contract should not be unsound mind, minor or insolvent, etc. So which are the incompetent parties? Parties, that means the buyer and seller should not be unsound mind, should not be minor, or should not be insolvent. And other individuals can be treated as competent parties. Then third is free consent. The consent which is taken either from buyer to purchase the goods and from seller to sell the goods should be free. So what I said, the consent of the parties should be free. It should not be caused by coercion or undue influence. Coercion, that means by force, and undue influence by misleading to anybody. So the consent to buy the goods from the buyer should be of free, without any force, without any influence. Likewise, the consent to sell the goods by the seller, it should also be free, without any condition and without any force or influence. The next essential is lawful object. The object which is going to be transacted or traded between the seller and the buyer should be lawful. That should not be banned by the government or economy of India. So it should be lawful for sale of goods. Thereafter, the next is lawful consideration. So consideration or the amount or anything which are going to be paid in return for purchase of goods, that should be lawful and should be according to the contract. So whatever terms and conditions have been mentioned in the contract, that should be followed for deciding the consideration. Now after studying the essentials of valid sale, let's move towards the meaning of conditions as well as warranties. Now let us first understand the meaning of conditions. When parties enters into contract of sale of goods, they agree upon certain terms or stipulations. All such stipulations may not be equally important. Some of them may be fundamental in nature and others may be subsidiary in nature. So while constituting any contract, in sale of goods, there are certain conditions or terms which are getting agreed upon by both the parties. That means by seller also and by buyer also. So the main terms of a contract, which is very important in nature, are called as conditions, and there are some subsidiary terms to the same contract that are known as warranties. Hence, they have said the major terms are called as conditions and the minor terms are called as warranty. The breach of major terms may seem to breach of the contract as a whole, and these are known as conditions. So breach of major terms of contract upon which the contract is constituted or executed, the breach of those conditions or terms will occurs damages to the another party. Hence, these are known as conditions. Whereas certain terms maybe which are minor in nature, which are not of such important, are known as warranties. So this is the basic difference between conditions and warranties. Let us understand in detail. The first of all, definition of condition. How they have defined condition? A condition is a stipulation essential to the main purpose of the contract and breach of which gives rise to right to treat the contract as repudiated. So condition is a stipulation which is on which basis the contract is dependent. That means it is essential to the main purpose of contract, and the breach of which may give the party to cancel the contract as well. Hence it is very important. When stipulation is essential to the main purpose of a contract, it is a condition. So we can say from the definition that when any stipulation is essential to the main purpose of contract, it is condition. We can also say that when such conditions are not fulfilled, it is considered as a failure to perform the contract. And if such conditions are not get fulfilled, the contract can get failed. For example, B asked M, a car dealer, to suggest him a car suitable for touring purpose. So B have asked to M to show him a car which is suitable for touring purpose. M suggested a car and B purchased that from M. As B asked to the M have suggested some car and B purchased that car from M. It was found that the car was unfit for touring purpose, but eventually we found that the car was not fit for touring purposes. So B can reject the car and claim for refund of price. The main stipulation in this contract is the car should be suitable for touring purpose. This is the main condition or main stipulation or term. But when eventually we found that the car is not suitable for the touring purpose, that means here there is a breach of main term or main condition of the contract. Hence, B is liable to reject the contract and can claim for damage. I hope you have understood the definition of condition. Now let us understand the definition of warranty. A warranty is a stipulation to the main purpose of the contract, the breach of which gives rise to claim for damages but not a right to reject the goods and treat the contract as repudiated. As it is a subsidiary in nature, the breach of warranty can only give claim for damages, but another person or the parties cannot reject the goods or reject the contract. So we can say that warranty is secondary important. Breach of it does not cancel the contract and it can only cause claim against the damages. So this is what about warranty, which is of secondary important in the contract of sale. So from the both points of conditions and warranties, we can very easily distinct between these two terms, conditions and warranty. Meaning, a condition is a stipulation in a contract for sale of goods which is essential to the main purpose of the contract, whereas warranty is a stipulation which is collateral to the main purpose of contract. It is not that much essential. Effect of breach. Here the aggrieved party have a right to terminate the contract, but in case of warranty, aggrieved party have a right to claim for only damages. Treating condition as warranty. The breach of condition may be treated as breach of warranty because it is main constituent to the contract. If anybody breaches the condition, it is treated as it is breaches the warranty. Then the breach of warranty cannot be treated as a breach of condition. Last importance, the basic contract cannot be completed unless the condition is fulfilled, but the basic condition can be completed even if warranty is not fulfilled, because it is not that much important. Even though the warranties are not been fulfilled, the basic contract can be completed. Okay. Now there is another term which is also important to study, that is express and implied conditions and warranties. Now what is express conditions and warranties? The express conditions are those which are expressed in words either in spoken or written. Means while constituting any contract or forming any contract, there are certain conditions and warranties which are expressed either by the parties while performing the contract. And the basic thing is here for express conditions, it is important that this should be expressed either in spoken or either in written. But what are the implied conditions and warranties? Under implied conditions and warranties, these are those which are not expressed in words, but law presumes their existence in the contract. Even though you have not expressly said such terms or such stipulations in the contract, but law have already presumed that you have followed these conditions. This is what about express and implied conditions. Now let us take some examples of implied conditions, which can be that condition as to title. When the sale will be performed or executed, the title should be get passed from the seller to the buyer. It is presumed or it is presumed condition by the law. Sale by description. Whenever any sale is executed by describing something to the buyer, the goods should be as per the description. And if the goods are not as per the description, the buyer have a right to cancel the goods. So it is implied condition that whenever a sale is done by description, the goods will be as per the descriptions. Same is applicable to the sale by sample. When any sample is shown to the buyer and if the buyer have purchased the goods according to that sample, also the goods should be as per the sample or it should get matched with the sample. Then sale by sample as well as description. Here is also the same condition. If the seller has shown him a sample or description of goods and he has sold any goods to the buyer can see whether or not these goods are as per the description or as per the sample. So these are implied conditions. There are some more conditions. Condition as to quality or fitness means the goods should not be hazardous to the health or safety. Then condition as to the merchantable quality. If any good has been purchased to get it sold to the another person, it should have that much quality to get it merchandised or again to sell it further. Then condition as to wholesomeness. If the goods are purchased, that should be presumed these goods are according or it is completed in all the respect. And condition implied by trade usage. if the goods are purchased for trade usage, the implied condition is that it should be prepared or it should be manufactured in such a way that it should get capable of being traded. So these are implied conditions which are very important. Now there are some implied warranties. If you can see, warranties are secondary important to the main purpose of contract. So warranty has to quite possession. So if the sale is executed, the possession should be transferred. Warranty of freedom from encumbrances means there should not be any other title on the goods rather than the buyer. So it should be free from other titles. Disclosing the dangerous nature of goods, that is also one of the condition, or we can say that it is the duty of seller to disclose any dangerous things in the goods. And warranty as to the quality or fitness. If it does not matches with the quality, you can claim for damages. So thank you so much. I hope you have understood the basic difference between conditions and warranties, and also the difference between implied conditions and implied warranties. Thank you.